Okay, I have no idea what to expect from this.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so this is from Overtime, and it's how Trey Jones recruited Zion Williamson. But what actually got my attention is it says the truth about Trey Jones, and this might just be clickbait, but I definitely want to see this. So yeah, I just thought it would be interesting just to pull this up and watch this with you guys and see how we feel about it. I literally I haven't seen a second of this. Okay, so if some ad pops up, I'm gonna be really irritated because let me be real, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have YouTube Red or YouTube. I don't know the premium YouTube. I don't have it. You know why? Because I'm not selling enough merch. If you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com. Help your boy out. I won't be poor, and then I'll be able to get YouTube Premium or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't mean to guilt trip you, but yeah, merch is there. Link in the description. Thanks for all the love. All right, let's dive into this, guys. Let's go ahead and watch it. Let's see the truth, okay? Because we've been fed a false narrative. It's time to get the truth about Trey Jones. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because I hate going through these that take too long to get to the point. All right, so let's see. Do they have music to it? Ah, they do. All right. Let's turn our music off. All right, let's listen to this, guys.
What's the difference between your average point guard and a floor general?
Too much.
Well, you gotta run the show like CP3 and be a coach on the floor. You need that Steve Nash vision to deliver passes on time and on target. And it takes 94 feet of lockdown defense like Patrick Bev. Our guy Trey Jones knows how to win. He's been doing it since his days at Apple Valley High.
Did he kind of compare him to CP3? Kind of. I don't know.
And he's been Mr. Reliable for Coach K and Duke the past 2 years.
Dude, that's what I said. I said didn't I call him that? I don't know. Did I say that? I said he was reliable. I was like, he was one of the most reliable. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Yes, let's go.
Now he's set to be the next point guard to make the jump from Duke to the NBA.
Oh, this is some time ago.
His big bro Tyus won a natty for the Blue Devils and now plays the one for the Memphis Grizzlies. But how does a kid from Minnesota go from battling his brother one-on-one in the backyard to straight up balling at Duke and taking home ACC Player of the Year?
What?
You just gotta stick with me. I'll tell you all about Trey Jones.
Tell
why
us.
He's a pro-level leader.
Tell us. Yeah, a little background. Honestly, I have said this like many times though. Trey Jones, I really do like Trey Jones. While I don't think that his ceiling is as high as some Spurs fans say, I will agree in saying that he is very reliable, very consistent, and he's going to be one of the few players I think next season that is solid throughout. Him and Devin Vassell, I feel like they're the same in that regard. They are going to be solid throughout the year. We won't have to worry about ups and downs, leaps and valleys between those guys. Like they're going to be fine.
Trey Isaiah Jones was born January 8, 2000 in Apple Valley, Minnesota, to Debbie and Rob Jones. Hooping runs deep through the blood of the Jones family. His mom played point two and led Devils Lake High School to a championship in North Dakota before hooping in college. His dad, Rob, is 6'6" and played his college ball at Wisconsin Parkside.
God, 6 foot. Can you imagine? I'm like 6'3", and I see someone that's 6'6", and I'm like, oh my God, dude. I can't imagine. Like, oh my God.
Trey's brother JD played D1 ball at Furman, and his half brother Reggie Bunch was an NAIA All-American at Robert Morris.
God, got a lot of brothers.
Way before Tyus and Trey ever did the fan proud at Duke. His mom coached Trey all the way up until high school, and his older brother JD used to spend countless hours in the gym training Trey and Tyus. It was all basketball all the time. On any cold day in Minnesota, the Jones brothers could be found at the local gym heating up the nets. JD Jones said that back then, Monday through Thursday, it was weights in the mornings and skill sessions in the afternoon. Trey never worried about being the youngest. He wanted to compete at the same level as his brothers, and soon he developed skills far beyond his age. He got to watch Tyus become a local legend in Minnesota. His hometown even celebrated Tyus Jones Day after he won the national championship at Duke. Everyone wanted to know if Trey could be as good as his brother, and he was driven to take his game to the limit. Lil Bro first started garnering attention in middle school, where his impressive passing ability and hounding defense made him shine. By the time he was in 8th grade, Trey had won a spot on the varsity squad at Apple Valley High School. Just like his brother
Oh, wait, he said 8th grade.
Had done 4 years prior.
Wait, did he say high school? Wait. No. Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to
Lil
pay
Bro
attention.
first started garnering attention in middle school, where his impressive passing ability and hounding defense made him shine. By the time he was in 8th grade, Trey had won a spot on the varsity squad at Apple Valley High School, just like his brother had done 4 years prior. Coach Zach Goring knew he had something special with the youngest Jones and wanted to get him used to playing against the best competition in the state early. If you make varsity as a freshman, you're elite, hands down.
Well, he said 8th grade. I don't know. I know the school systems at different places are different, but like that's middle school. How did? No, well, some schools do 8th through 12th. I don't know. That's still impressive. That's stupid impressive.
But Trey wasn't even in high school yet, balling against players 5 years
Oh,
older
see, I was right.
than him. With his crafty play and endless hustle, Trey made a massive spark off the bench in his first year playing varsity for a team that went 27-2 on the year. After falling short of a state title in 8th grade, Coach Goring and the Eagles had plans for a ring in Trey's upcoming freshman year.
Did they win it?
Come fall of 2014, before his freshman season even started, our guy picked up his first offer from Texas Tech. The diaper dandy was drawing D1 coaches to Apple Valley, and his recruitment was about to blow up.
God,
While
nice
most
pass.
underclassmen were cheering on the older guys from the bench, Trey was starting alongside current Portland Trailblazer Gary Trent Jr. and taking on players like the LA Clippers Amir Coffey as a high school freshman. Still, the haters were not impressed. Trey said that people were talking, saying he's not nearly as good as his brother or won't be as good as him.
Who said that? Did people say that? I don't remember the narrative. I don't know. And maybe this was only when he was in high school. I do not remember hearing this.
Fast forward a couple months, and Trey led the squad to a state title,
It was only high school.
AV's second ever state championship. The only other person to do it was Tyus in 2013. I know Coach Goring had to be grateful for the Jones family.
Oh my God, this is it. Yep, I knew this was coming. Okay, so he's very impressive, dude. I have to say that's pretty doggone impressive. So he's always kind of been a winner, and we kind of see that with guys of his caliber.
A few months later, he was the starting point guard on Team USA's junior national team, where he led a team all older than him to a gold medal in Argentina at the FIBA U16 Americas Championships. Coming off that state ring and gold medal summer, there were high expectations for Trey in his future.
Ooh. Oh my
In
God.
September of his sophomore season, Trey got the call from Coach K, who offered him a scholarship to play point guard at Duke. Still, Trey had a lot to consider as offers from Minnesota, Arizona, and Baylor rolled in before the season even started.
Ooh.
Those early mornings in the lab with his older brothers were finally starting to pay off. After 3 years of varsity ball, Mr. Jones was finally a first-team All-State selection in 2016.
God, that's nice.
He dominated the Minnesota competition with his game-breaking speed while making his teammates better. Big bro Tyus had just been drafted to the hometown T-Wolves. All the while, Trey was showing he could very well play at that level one day too. Coach Goring said that Trey was absolutely the best defender he ever coached. My guy Trey has those clamps.
You know, going into this season, I will say this. I know I'm not putting like a lot of narrative over this, but I'm going to say this. We're going to have a really, really good defensive team. Like, if you look at the team, if Devin Vassell can make that jump, which obviously he can play defense, you take Devin Vassell, Josh Primo, who's very high IQ defender, Jeremy Sohan, high IQ defender, and then Trey Jones. I mean, you have a recipe right there. And then if the Spurs hold on to Jakob, I mean, obviously, like he'll block anybody. Zach Collins healthy. We're going to have a pretty decent defensive team. While I don't think that we're going to win a ton of games, I think it's going to be kind of similar to last season, in which the Spurs just don't know how to finish because they're so young. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot of sparks where we can sit back and say, oh, yeah, this is pretty promising going forward. That's just my prediction.
By Trey's junior year, he had proven he was the best point guard his age in the state, but he was out to prove that there was no one in the nation that could change the
That's
game
such
like
a
him.
good pass.
Trey went bonkers, averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists per game,
Good
leading their
God.
team to their second state title in 3 years.
Oh,
Now
my
you couldn't say-
goodness. He's just a winner. He's just a winner.
The name Trey Jones without saying two-time state champ. That's something that NBA Big Bro had never done. At the end of the season, Trey was rightfully awarded the Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year honor. Then, before his senior season, he proved he was the best floor general in the nation, playing against other future draft picks like Tyler Hero, Cole Anthony, and Marvin Bagley in the EYBL circuit. before Trey could enjoy his last dance at Apple Valley, one last ride with Coach Goring in the school that started it all, he had one thing to take care of. He'd done a good job of playing things close to the chest, but everyone wanted to know, where would Trey Jones play in college? Well, on August 13, 2017, the 5-star point guard made his decision. Trey announced that he would follow Tyus' footsteps and suit up for Coach K at Duke. He was the first to join one of the most legendary recruiting classes ever that also included R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Zion.
Wait.
In fact, many say he was the glue that made it all happen.
Okay, but wait. How Trey Jones recruited Zion Williamson. Okay, all right. Let's get to that point, okay?
Made the group chat with all 4 of us and started just building the friendship off the court to try to recruit each other to go play at Duke together.
That's kind of vague, but I guess he kind of did, yeah.
All wanted to play with the best floor general in the country. Trey was racking up accolades and recognition in his senior year. He won State Gatorade Player of the Year back-to-back and Minnesota Mr. Basketball. He averaged 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, and threw down this beast of a slam in front of Tyus Jones, Jimmy Butler, and Jamal Crawford. I bet you didn't know our guy had crazy bounce like that.
That's nice.
He balled hard and chopped it up with his future Duke teammates at the McDonald's All-American game.
Shout out overtime.
They were definitely the funniest recruiting class that year, hands down.
I just wanted to know, like, your guys' relationship statuses. Your guys' relationship?
Trey even revealed his secret talent for the OT fam. Your boy is nice at Fortnite, so you don't want to see him on the sticks. He finished out high school ball proving he was ready for the next level against the top players in the world at both the Jordan Brand Classic and Hoop Summit for Team USA. Then it was time to head to Durham and join the Brotherhood. Trey's freshman season with the Blue Devils was insane. He came into Duke with the most highly recruited freshman class ever and won the starting job right away. The freshman quartet of Trey, Zion, RJ, and Cam set the world on fire with jaw-dropping highlights night after night. And of course, they were everyone's pick to win the Natty all season long. Trey was the unquestioned leader of the squad and Coach K's right-hand man. He was named to the ACC All-Freshman team and earned his reputation as one of college basketball's best defenders by applying smothering full-court pressure to opposing ball handlers all game long. He averaged an impressive 9 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds as a true frosh. But
now that's pretty doggone good, especially if you're accounting for the amount of talent that was on that team. That's actually some really good numbers.
Fortunately, the squad fell short of a Final Four appearance with a heartbreaking 1-point loss to Michigan State in the Elite Eight. The dynamic freshman class all jumped to the league as top draft picks, and Trey heavily considered joining them and going pro after just 1 year. Trey just knew deep down he wasn't done yet in Durham. And as one of the biggest returning contributors, he knew he had the chance to be the guy for Coach K and the Blue Devils next season. Trey decided to return for his sophomore year, linking up with our boys Vernon Carey and Cassius Stanley to captain the squad on one more run. Playing alongside elite scorers like RJ, Cam, and Zion, Trey played mostly as an assist man and defensive minutes for the Blue Devils. In his second season, TJ3 exploded as a scorer. He improved his three-point shot from 26 to 36% from downtown. He could turn on the Jets and was essentially unguardable in transition. He really showcased the complete game, dropping 16 points, 6 assists, 4 boards, and 2 steals per game. They had to start calling him Two-Way Trey because he was the best player on the floor on offense and defense.
I've heard that nickname.
That was enough to earn him ACC Player of the Year honors and ACC Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention third-team All-American honors as just a sophomore. Unfortunately, Trey's sophomore season was cut short due to the coronavirus pandemic, just as the Blue Devils was poised to make a big tournament run. After his first 2 seasons at Duke, Trey felt it was the right time to seize the dream he had been training for since those days at Apple Valley Middle School. On May 21st, 2020, Trey Jones declared for the NBA draft, where he'd likely be a first-round pick. Will Trey Jones be a first-round pick just like his big bro Tyus, cementing their family status among basketball royal families like the Currys?
All right, let's calm down. Okay, let me say this. I love him even more. I love him even more. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This was actually a really good video, pretty informative. A few things I didn't know, but I will say, like, yeah, I didn't realize how much, because you guys know this, okay? I've been very open and apparent, or not apparent, transparent about this. I have not watched a lot of college basketball until this previous season because I didn't want to go into this draft and whoever we pick for me not to have a good opinion about it. Ever since the whole Josh Primo situation, I was like, never again. I'm getting into college, and I have to say, college basketball is amazing. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I gotta get into college. But with that being said, so I didn't know a lot of these things about Trey Jones, but this showed, at least this video alone showed that he is a great leader. Like, I knew this with the Spurs, obviously, like him leading the bench and everything. Like, yes, he's very controlled. He makes the right decisions. He's very poised. He's very solid. I didn't realize how much of a leader he truly is. So a lot of people that saying that can he start at point guard, and I've always said no. I'm kind of changing my mind just a little bit. I think he can start at point guard. I wouldn't do it, but I think he can. I just think that he probably needs to add on a 3-point shot because he just doesn't take a lot of them. So if he adds that to his game, if he's already added that to his game over the summer, we might get a complete monster with Trey Jones. But this upcoming season, it's going to be fun. I just didn't know these things about Trey Jones. I feel kind of guilty not knowing him. But hey, now I know. But yeah, you guys are right. He's pretty dope. All right. Anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. Thanks for all the love, and let me know, how do you feel about Trey Jones? Because I'm impressed. I'm highly impressed, at least by that video. All right, guys.